Wait. I'll take the move. I'll be right with you. Lamar?
It's okay, I think they'll be saying my name.
Who?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Nobody knows my name.
I'm getting old. I just want to first give a cover to Camp Marshak for allowing us to have this great symphony here. Normally the Baal Simcha welcomes everybody, but really we're all guests here. We're paying as guests, and thank you for that. Thank all the family that came out here for this great Simcha. And I want to give a little shout out to my Bobby, Joel's great grandmother.
Yay!
And 18 great-grandchildren, and Shalom is the first one, so they're all special, but Shalom is the first one, so all special, I'm sorry.
And you are too.
And I'm the first grandchild. So I tell a story of a Jew who walks into a bakery Friday afternoon, and he orders a challah for Shabbos. The man gives him a challah, says, how much is it? $25. $25 for a challah? Says, a man tells him the challah itself is $5. The $20 is for Israel. What's the connection? Our store is here to support Israel. So every client, every customer, a major percentage of the revenue goes to support Israel. Okay. So he writes out a check for $25 and he pays for the challah and for Israel. Comes back the next week, he orders a babka cake. How much? $75. What's this? $10 for the babka cake. $65 Israel. So he gives him $75. Next week he comes in and he wants a nice sized cheesecake. How much? $250. $250? You guys are mad. You don't understand. $20 for the cheesecake. $230 Israel. This is what the guy said, I had enough. This is insane. This is a corruption of justice. This is immoral. I'm not paying $250 for a cheesecake. The man tells him, I'm so sorry, but this is our policy at the store. We support Israel. You have to pay. He says, let me talk to the boss. Okay, 1 minute. He goes to the back, he screams, Israel! Which of course brings to mind what God says on the topic of tzedakah, of charity, in the parsha of this bar mitzvah, parsha Shrei. Parak Tezvav Pasuk Tes. I'll just say in English some of the things it says. Be careful lest a reckless thought enter your heart, saying the cancellation of loans is coming, with Shemitah year approaching. You should look begrudgingly at your destitute brother and do not give him. Pasuk Yud, rather you should give him repeatedly. Your heart should not feel bad when you give him, and consequently God will bless you. To paraphrase, even in tough times, keep your hearts and pockets open for those in need. So this excerpt from Hashem's public address to our ancestors is reflected in Halacha and Shulchan Aruch, which stipulates that everyone is obligated to give charity, even people supported by charity must contribute from what they receive. So this law seems radical and absurd. It's radical in the sense that the pauper is obligated to become a philanthropist, even while he himself is the subject of philanthropy. And it's absurd because this law obligates the wealthy to provide the poor with enough money not only to live, but to give. When the pauper donates some of his donations that he receives, he's left with less automatically and needs more. This is another example of Judaism's profound departure from conventional normal thought, moral thought. Your typical code of ethics would not only exempt the poor man from giving charity, it would forbid him from doing so, due to the fact that his generosity comes at the expense of his benefactor. Why does he need to give money to the needy? So they can also give? So it's taught in Hasidus and Kabbalah that God was looking to exercise and express His kindness. But you can't do charity with yourself. It's like taking from one pocket and putting in the next pocket. So He created us to be the beneficiaries of the first known act of charity. So apparently then we are all born takers. interesting, though, is it also says that God created us in His image. And as He is essentially a giver, so are we. So while the reason why we were created was in order to take the manner in which we were created in His image, leaves us with an inherent need to give. It's part of our spiritual makeup. The moment we stop giving, a part of us stops giving. Giving then is not a luxury, but it's a necessity. It's not about what we do, but who we are. Reaching out is really reaching in. Giving in Yiddishkeit, in Judaism, is not a hobby or paying a debt to society or like the nice thing to do. It's what makes us tick. And this concept is also related to Shalom's two names, Shalom and Yosef. Joseph. So let's take Yosef, for example. Yosef is named after my father's father, my grandfather, Yosef. And we take a look at Yosef in the story, in the Chumash, Joseph. Age 9, orphaned, hated by his family. 17, kidnapped, almost murdered, sold into slavery, accused of seduction and immorality, thrown into a dungeon. And yet, he was always optimistic, opportunistic, and enterprising, ultimately becoming Viceroy of Egypt. He was able to see the hidden blessings from God and receive them. And Shalom, the name Shalom, means peace. But it doesn't just mean peace like the absence of war or chaos. Shalom also means to be complete. So peace, really in Judaism, Shalom, it really means all the diversity of life working together as a complete unit. All of life living in harmony. So the lesson here is that we are takers. That's one part of us. Why were we created? Well, we must be like Yosef and be able to see and receive the hidden blessings in life. And from all the good we receive, we must also give, because we are also givers like God. The giving is what completes us, brings us shalom, brings the world to peace. Shalom. You are so many things to me. You are sweet, warm-hearted, socially mature, emotionally advanced, intellectually cerebral, athletic, competitive, musically talented, good boy. I mean, I don't know where you end. It just keeps going. And these are all true things. I'm not just saying that because I'm your dad. It's your bar mitzvah. And now you're a man. Now you became bar mitzvah, you're a man. And what does that really mean? I mean, come on. Are we joking around here? You can't buy alcohol. You can't vote. It's not like you're going out to get your own apartment anytime soon. So what does it really mean that you're an adult? I mean, you're 13, right? So what does it mean that you're an adult? Is it, what's this whole thing? So a child can only see the world in one way. If his, a child, if his parents forbid him to eat chocolate, he says, "I hate you," with venom. And he means it. You can't reason with him. You can't reason with a child. It's a lost cause. There's only one reality for a child. You didn't let him have the chocolate, you're bad. And of course, if you give in, and you let him have the chocolate, you're the best parent in the world. All is forgotten. For the child, there are only extremes, black and white. There is no gray area. This is a reflection of the purity of childhood. Unadulterated happiness, all-consuming sadness, extreme anger, and uninhibited excitement. But Shalom, now you have reached maturity. You are able to understand that even though something seems painful, there's a deeper good. And things that feel good are not always good for us. An adult can say, although I am upset at you, I still love you. Or although I want it, I know it's wrong. You can see beyond the surface. Life is no longer one-dimensional. It has depth and complexity, of which children are blissfully unaware. Shalom, there's three things that you must know to be an adult. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool others. Don't let others fool you, and do it all without trying to impress anybody. I wish you my deepest mazel tov on becoming a bar mitzvah. May you have shalom within yourself. May we have shalom in Klal Yisrael, shalom in the world. Mashiach tzidkenu, meher b'yamein. Mazel tov.
Go.
I was gonna say, friends here and helping when things are going bad, or being there for me and stuff, or playing basketball with me and other stuff. And thanks for being here.
All right.